Right. Hello, folks. Welcome to the Resident Evil Showcase. I'm Fraser from Assorted Stuff, and joining me tonight is my good friend Simon from Northern Soul Gaming. How you doing, Simon?
Hello, Fraser. I'm doing quite well, thank you very much. I'm very excited to see what we see tonight in about 30 minutes.
Oh, honestly, mate, I can't wait. Did you watch the last showcase? I think it was in January.
I think I vaguely remember, and obviously they then released the demo Maiden,
Yeah,
which I did play on the PS5. Not a very long demo, but still sort of I suppose you call it a showcase of what's to come.
yeah,
Um, so that was pretty cool, and it had the same sort of similar vein to the last Resident Evil, which is great because that is hopefully the angle they sort of stick with going forward because it's been a pretty good revival so far.
yeah. I agree. I mean, 2 and 3, kind of their own beast. Obviously, going back to third person and stuff like that.
I
And I think those characters, although they're great, weren't very relatable. Just because obviously, like they're kind of almost like amped up to be these superhero characters, whereas I think Ethan is a lot more of a relatable character.
he's a lot more. He's not a superhuman. He's a lot more just human. You know, like don't get me wrong. He survived get spoilers. He survived getting his arm stapled back on, and he was fine.
Yeah,
Um,
and his
but
leg cut off.
and his leg cut off. But compared to Chris Redfield, Leon Kennedy, Jill Valentine, all these big hotshot stars, like Ethan's just this guy who just found his in the wrong place at I suppose not the wrong place, but the wrong time.
Yeah,
So yeah, I find it quite interesting to watch his journey continue, especially as we go into more, I suppose, different area that Resident Evil hasn't really breached before. I suppose, obviously, it's always been about more colloquially known zombies and the undead, and I suppose to an extent the creatures that we've seen in the trailers and the Maiden demo so far. I mean, they are effectively vampires, but that class is undead, so it's not exactly out of the realm of possibility.
No, that's true.
But obviously, shenanigans. So we'll have to see how that plays into the whole Resident Evil vibe. Because there's always a virus, and it always leads back to our friends at Umbrella.
Yes. Yeah, going back to like the monsters and stuff for this one, you're right. Like, I agree, it's totally different. Like, the monsters in the previous games were very much of that game. So you had like zombie dogs and hunters and stuff. Whereas this one, it seems a lot more based in folklore. So as you say, vampires, werewolves.
I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure where this next one's set in the world. But it feels very, it feels very pulled from Wallachia, sort of Transylvania, like Dracul times.
Yeah.
Which I'm a big fan of. I quite like the old Vlad Dracul mythos sort of stuff. I quite like all that stuff. I love it feels a lot more like I say recent series, the more recent Castlevania games, which I'm a massive fan of.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. So yeah. Because there's obviously vampires, but we do sort of see like werewolves as well, I think, or some virus that turns you into something similar to a werewolf, maybe.
Yeah. There's potential that it could be something that Ethan's got, and he's like seeing them like that, but they're actually just zombies.
Because, I haven't played Resident Evil 7 in so long.
You can watch my playthrough of it on YouTube.
It's almost like I was watching it while you were playing it. So, like I said, I don't remember how it ends, obviously. But it just depends on what fills the gap on what gets him from A to B. Because obviously we see Chris Redfield at the end of Resident Evil 7. Spoilers, but then again, I don't think you'd really be here if you haven't played Resident Evil 7 Resident Village. But spoilers. There's going to be a lot of spoilers for Resident Evil 7 probably in this live stream.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we'll talk the talk, and if it's to do with Resident Evil 7, we will be spoiling it. I mean, when I'm thinking of the older games as well, I can't think of many of them which have been a direct sequel. I mean, following the same character as well. So obviously, one follows two, but you're playing brand new characters. Whereas this one, it's more of a personal story of this character.
It's sort of like, I'm not sure what the term is, but it's sort of like when it's all in the same series, but it's sort of like next to it, they're happening at the same time. Or sort of like in media res.
Yeah.
Where 2 and 3 are basically happening at the same time. And then 1 is sort of like the progenitor, which kicks it all off.
Yeah.
And then 4 is like, I actually have no idea how long afterwards 4 is set compared to 2 and 3. But evidently, it's a fair bit longer because Leon's obviously a lot older and a lot more experienced, where he was first day on the job for Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. And like 4, he's roundhouse kicking zombies and knife fighting with
Marines. What do you call it? Ganados, insects, and angry undead Napoleon Bonaparte. Gotta love Resident Evil 4.
I can't wait to get around to playing that one. It's been a while, but I imagine it's going to feel like an old game. But who knows? We might get some news in this showcase about the remake.
God, I hope so. I think I last played Resident Evil 4 when it got released again on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
So I might even play better on PS5 now. And that was probably about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, it felt like you knew it was a PS2 game / a Wii game. But it still played pretty well. Like it's not aged terribly. Like similar to obviously Resident Evil 1. I don't really count Resident Evil 2 and 3 anymore because they've had recent remakes, which have been by and large pretty good. Resident Evil 2 especially, or more so in my opinion. But yeah, it still plays all right. It's still a bit. I feel like my only issue with Resident Evil 4, how it plays now, is that it sort of is a bit reminiscent of, like the old Tomb Raider, where stop, move, go, stop, move, go.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So,
I mean,
but still,
yeah. If they re-released Resident Evil 4 and 5 with updated move controls, that would totally like change how the game is. Obviously, it would change how the game's played, but
yeah,
it would certainly be worth a revisit.
Well, I mean, as you say, you never know what we're going to get tonight. Obviously, in 3, 4's sort of the next one on the cards, really, and they've been talking about it, and no one said anything definitive.
No, I don't know if it's the right choice though. I don't think it's the one that needed it the most.
Well, 4's sort of revered as like the one.
Yeah,
it's like the one everyone remembers as like the best. And I mean, I don't disagree because 4 is my favorite, but obviously it's probably a little bit different for everyone. And 4 is quite not a departure from the first 3, but it's a little bit different.
I mean, 4 you can talk. I think 4 was my first proper introduction to the Resident Evil series. I'd played 2 at my uncle's, and I couldn't get in. I couldn't get past the gun shop. I think I was about 9 at the time when I played it. But then 4, it kind of does a exposition dump at the start, and it's like, oh yeah, Umbrella went bankrupt, and now they're gone. So who's the bad guy this time, kind of thing. And you could go into it not really knowing anything about the other ones, which is where 7 is a good jumping in point as well because it's such a self-contained story.
Yeah, it's a relatively good closed narrative.
Mm.
Because I'm the same. I basically 4 was my first and biggest foray into Resident Evil. Like you, I started on Resident Evil 2 on the PS1 all those years ago. And then I didn't get super far into it as well, but I was also like 7
Yeah.
when it came out, so I wasn't exactly the best at games. And then 2, 3 completely skipped past me. I vaguely remember there being a zombie elephant, which I was a bit sad wasn't in the remake, because I was looking forward to a fully HD zombie elephant, and that never happened.
Outbreak would be such a good one for them to go back to. I mean, I don't know if you played the what's it, RE-verse beta?
Oh, Reverse.
Reverse, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet.
They need to reverse that decision to release it because it's rubbish.
Nice.
And I mean, what was the other one? The one that came with Resident Evil 3. It's so rubbish I can't even remember what it was called.
There's been a few tie-ins in the interim.
Yeah, it's like it was bundled with the third game, and it was like an online component. And they're just the one.
Yeah, I don't think it actually has a name. I think it's just called like Resident Evil 3 multiplayer.
Yeah,
something like that.
It feels like, say what you want about 3. I really enjoyed it, but I can see why people were frustrated that certain elements of it were missing. Like it felt short, and it's hard not to be like a subpar multiplayer element. If they hadn't bothered with that, they could have made a bigger single player experience. And it feels like those multiplayer experiences are so weak that, well, you know, what's the point?
What did you sacrifice for it? What was the point?
And if you're going to do multiplayer, do Outbreak again. That would be so good.
Yeah, I'd say that was definitely better than what was the God. There was another multiplayer Resident Evil game that came out on Resident Evil 3 was it called Resistance?
Resistance, yes, that's the one.
Named after a better. Anyway, what was it called? Operation Raccoon City. That was the multiplayer one.
Oh, is that the one where you played the squad?
Yeah, that was. So a lot of people enjoyed it. To be fair, it had quite a small but quite fierce fan base, from what I recall. But it was just a little bit of a misstep. Like, it felt that they were trying to go like a little bit third person Left 4 Dead. It didn't quite hit the mark.
Yeah. I mean, what other multiplayers have there been? Resident Evil 5 and 6?
I mean, like the co-op?
Yeah. I don't mind it. I don't think it takes anything away from the story.
No, I actually... 5 and 6 is probably what everyone sees as like the weakest 2 in Resident Evil. I think Resident Evil 5 is fine, fun, even. And I do enjoy like most of it, and I quite like Chris Redfield being back.
And punching boulders.
Yes, and with a new edition of Shiva as well.
Yep. We've not seen since.
No, good point. No. And then 6, like, there's a few. It's weird, obviously, because 6 is separated into 3, like, separate main campaigns. Because you have
4. So you unlock the Ada campaign at the end.
Yes, the Ada 1 one at the end. But I really only gelled with the Leon one. But I don't know if that's just because 4 was my favorite.
I think,
and I really tried to enjoy the other ones.
Yeah.
And the one with Wesker's son was just a bit like, you could have just put all your time and energy into the other ones.
Yeah.
And improved them a little bit, because even though it's cool that you saw that of this other character, and also you got to see what's her face from previous installments when she was a child.
Oh, Sherry Birkin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool, but that also shows how long it's been in terms of game years for the time gap.
I think the Leon campaign was advertised as like the horror campaign, and then the other two were like the more action focused ones.
Action-packed.
But get like the characters at that point had just become too literally like superheroes, and even Sherry Birkin was like kung fu kicking, you know, pistol expert, you know, and it just
Yes.
really, it just takes you out of it. The threat's not there, whereas 7 and even the remakes 2 and 3 really kind of brought back the, you know, the threat of the enemies you were actually fighting.
Yeah, I mean 7 for sure. I mean, I don't know if obviously because it's in third person, so it's a lot more closer. Sorry, first person, so it's a lot more closer. I think that works really well.
Yeah,
and just the disgustingness of all the stuff in Resident Evil 7, like seeing that close up, I think it worked quite well.
and it was in VR as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you even got to get up even closer if you really wanted to.
I mean, I wonder if they'll bring that back for the new one, because they've not announced it, but they've not said that it's not.
No, and obviously with Sony currently releasing little tidbits here and there of their new VR and all the other VRs that are accessible on Steam, PC. I don't think it's out of the realm of impossibility.
No.
And it, like I say, it worked for 7. So,
yeah.
And it's going to be a similar vein game to 7. So, can't see why they wouldn't just, if they can do it, can't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if loads of people liked the VR part, which, from what I gather, they did.
Yeah, it worked pretty well. I remember it being one of the better VR experiences on there.
Yeah.
So what else could they potentially announce today? Well, there's the new movie coming out. Well, there's a couple of things. There's a new live action film, and then there's the new CGI film, which is coming exclusively on Netflix, I think.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if we'll get another finished filming for the movie.
Yes, you've got Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yep.
Which I think is out this year.
I think they're aiming for a September release, but you know, with the with COVID and stuff, it's pushed back a lot of films, so we might get closer to the time and find out it's been pushed back.
Yeah, which I mean, obviously, the way things are currently, like, can't really blame stuff for getting like pushed back so much because it is what it is. It's happened to literally everyone. So, but yeah, it's supposed to be this year. Obviously, might get pushed back to next year.
And then there's the CGI one, which I think is called Infinite Darkness.
Infinite Darkness?
Yeah. I haven't a clue what it's about. I think it's got Leon and Claire back together again.
Yeah, well, like most of I haven't actually watched many of the animated films.
Oh,
but
I mean,
the more recent ones are supposed to actually be, you know, quite good.
Yeah. Again, I think it plays up to the superhero elements of the characters. Like, there's one scene in one of the films where Ada Wong is basically doing like. Did you ever watch The Equilibrium with Christian Bale? So there's a fight scene in that where they're trying to shoot each other and they're like knocking the gun out of each other's hands, and they literally redo that scene in the film.
Christ.
It's bad, but you know, the quality's good of them, and
yeah, from what I've seen, because I know there's 3 films currently, because there's like Degeneration, Vendetta, and there was another one before that. Can't remember for the life of me.
Damnation or something, probably.
I think that was it. I think Damnation was it.
Some generic word.
Yes. but yeah, I mean, like I watched the first one, and then I've seen a few things from like the most recent one, and like the scenes. Obviously, I'm just seeing little clips here and there, but it's pretty fun to watch. Like going back to the live action films for a hot minute, they were a mixed bag. I haven't watched them in a very long time, so I really don't know what they're like anymore. They could be completely different now. But from what I recall, I do remember enjoying the first two, like surprisingly. But then I can't really remember the others, which is probably not a good sign.
The Mila Jovovich ones.
Yes.
They
yeah.
were. Yeah. There was something.
They happened.
Yeah.
They happened.
Oh. So, I think. What do you think else we're going to see? I think they're going to announce a demo.
I think they're going to announce a second demo.
Yeah, for all platforms.
Yeah, obviously the maiden demo was you weren't technically playing as who you thought you were playing as, and you were just, you got to go see what's her face.
Oh, Lady
Dimitrescu.
Lady tall woman with long legs.
Back to
she's totally going to be like a spider underneath that dress or something.
Oh, God, I hope she's not a spider.
I don't know.
Anything but a spider would be fine. Like, could be. She's just all legs. Like, the dress goes off, she's literally just legs.
Just right up to there. Just
right
two
up to
legs.
Right up to the heads.
Those aren't breasts. They're actually the knees. Legs. The knees.
Oh God, I think that'd be more terrifying.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to explain why she is so tall and who the daughters are and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll just like believe it and just be like,
she's tall.
She's just really tall.
She's tall.
She's like 9'6" or something like that. She's mental. That's.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not almost 2 years, but
I wonder because I don't know if you saw they kind of released a screenshot of the map and it looks huge. Like the castle is only a part of it, but it's like a lake. There's the actual village. There's a factory. So whether those are going to be little, like actually just really small areas, but they look fairly sized on the map. It looks like there's going to be new weapons. They're bringing back is it Taché case from Resident Evil 4?
Yeah.
The Duke, who's the merchant, but a little bit tubby.
The merchant.
Yeah.
Did miss him. I can't wait to keep killing the merchant.
Oh yeah, I wonder if you'll be able to kill him in this.
Oh yeah, here you go. There's House Beneviento, Castle Dimitrescu, Moreau's Reservoir, which I imagine is like 3 different factions, perhaps that are going to be sort of in between. There's Heisenberg's factory. That's amazing. That's
done
fantastic.
when I say we're done.
They must know. They must know what they're doing. Like,
I hope they put like a.
Oh God! If there's a Breaking Bad reference, that'd be amazing. Yeah,
like it's a grave for Walter and Jesse or something.
Either that or the vampire in charge or whatever is just bald and has the hat.
Now there is a character who they keep showing in the trailers who's got like sunglasses on, and he really looks like an actor from. Did you ever watch The Big Lebowski?
Yes.
You know the guy with the weasel? Peter, I've forgotten his name. He was also in Constantine, and he was in Until Dawn as the psychiatrist in that.
Oh, Skarsgård?
It's some Peter.
Is it Peter Skarsgård or
Forgotten his name, but he has a really striking resemblance to that guy.
Oh, what's his name? It's gonna really bug me. I know exactly who you mean as well. There's actually quite a lot of big faces in Until Dawn now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, like Rami Malek and stuff was in that
Peter
as well.
Stormare. Peter
Stormare. He has a striking resemblance to him, and I wonder if he's going to be like some sort of celebrity cameo in it. Like, ooh.
They might just completely Kojima the whole thing and just have celebrities in it everywhere. That'd be quite something.
Ethan Winters is actually like Brian Blessed or something.
He gets around pretty fast, Brian Blessed.
Yeah. He's got a completely different voice actor as well. He's like, whatever Brian Blessed says.
That's literally what we did with Guillermo del Toro in Death Stranding. Like, we had his body, but it was someone else's voice completely. I was like, what's the point?
Yeah. So you buy it. So you buy the game.
I mean, I bought the game, and I played the game, and I finished the game. But that's not the point.
Yeah. We are getting close to that countdown. So I will flip us over to our larger screen where you can actually see the countdown. So yeah, 4 minutes 42 in counting. So we think there's going to be a demo, maybe a trailer for the movie.
I don't know. It depends, because it depends if they. I feel like either a trailer,
or like a teaser, like I'm the director.
It depends if they end up pushing it back or not.
Yeah.
Because if they don't push it back, they like a release date, sort of tagged onto it instead. Obviously, there's the other live-action film, which is supposed to come out this year as well, allegedly, I think. So if we don't hear from either of those, I'd be quite surprised, because it is a Resident Evil showcase. I think there will be some. I honestly think there will be something to do with. Maybe something to do with 4 being some sort of remastery going on in the background, because I do think they're doing it.
Yeah.
And if they're not, then they should get someone to do it. Like, I know that they have remasters in house. They did 2 and 3 by themselves. But if anyone else is going to do it, we should definitely get Bluepoint to do it.
Oh god, yeah, they do a smashing job.
They do an amazing job. I actually love Bluepoint.
But Bluepoint they belong to PlayStation, don't they? They're owned by Sony.
I don't think Sony actually owns them, because I've always said, because obviously Microsoft has been buying up a lot of places right lately, and I was like, Sony should just buy Bluepoint.
Yeah.
I think I checked. I don't think they actually do own them.
Oh, they need to get on that.
Because although Bluepoint only remaster and remake Sony games, from what I'm aware of, I don't think it's ever actually made a remaster for a non-Sony game. Bluepoint's game, it's independent video game developer.
Yeah.
So they're not owned, but they have literally just. Oh, of course, yeah. God, they made the HD collection for Metal Gear Solid as well. Oh, they'd be the perfect ones to make Metal Gear Solid 1. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's meant to be happening as well, isn't it?
I'd be so happy.
So we think a demo. We think maybe something on Resident Evil 4, potentially a trailer, but maybe not.
Maybe
now
not.
I hear that they're doing something for the Switch. Potentially, what is it? What were the spin-off ones? Revelations? Maybe doing a third Revelations game.
There's also there's Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. There's Revelations. There's
Survivor. Maybe they could remake Survivor.
Yeah. There's also there's some 3DS Resident Evil games, which obviously with it being Nintendo, it would probably be an easier cross.
Yeah. They did a Game Boy game, Gaiden, which was set on a ship, but that was kind of remade spiritually in Revelations, I think, and that was the one that came out for the 3DS. But they basically re-released it on everything.
Yeah, that's actually the one I'm thinking of as well. Revelations is what I'm thinking of.
And the third one, well, the second one ends on like a cliffhanger where a certain villain might return.
Might I hazard a guess who the certain villain is?
Well, it's last name begins with a W.
It always does. Every time you think he's dead, but he never actually is.
Well, it's actually his sister.
Oh God.
Yeah.
His sister.
So potentially that. I can't think of anything else. Maybe they'll announce a show. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to be. It might only be like 15 minutes.
I feel like it might. I think 30 minutes might be like the max.
Yeah.
I think it'll be over by 11:30.
Yeah.
I think they might show more. They might show more of Reverse, maybe. But
it's getting close to that. 10 seconds, right.
Ooh.
I mean, we'll be talking throughout this. If you want a non-talking stream, just go over to their YouTube. And that is very loud. I'll turn that down a smidge.
No. The place is full of nothing but blood and death.
Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on here?
Well, Ethan.
There
we
she is.
go.
Let's see what you're really made of. Ethan Winters.
Don't let it.
Yeah, that guy there, that's the guy who I think, what's his name is.
Hey everyone.
Oh, yeah.
The second Resident Evil Showcase. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, and I am so excited to be your guide through today's experience.
Hi,
You're
Brittany.
going to hear from the Resident Evil team today, and they have so much new content for you. Another trailer, new gameplay, and more news for Resident Evil Village, which is right around the corner, coming to us on May 7th. We'll also be sharing the latest
Oh God, I hope we do.
anniversary of the series and some fun surprises that go along with that, so stay tuned.
Oh God.
I have the honor of introducing Jun Takeuchi, the executive producer of the franchise.
Hi, I'm Jun Takeuchi, executive producer on Resident Evil. Due to your continued support, the franchise has reached its 25th anniversary. Thank you so much.
I like his jacket.
5 whole years.
Oh yeah, so do I.
So many of our fans. When I look back over the years and think about when we first started this project with Shinji Mikami, I never would have imagined that it would turn into such a long-lasting franchise. Even now, I want to see the series continue to succeed through your continued support.
There's a PlayStation in the background.
Trailer for our upcoming title,
Exclusive?
Resident Evil Village. It's a game jam-packed.
Is that a hint?
And it has a huge
I'm grasping at straws here.
So brace yourselves when you play. Well then, without further ado, please enjoy.
World premiere.
All right, it was E3.
Black wings, we await the light at the end. In light.
Umbrella, they're back.
Glory to Mother
Oh
Miranda.
God, every time. The re-engine.
When you're whining, we're almost there.
Rose, where are you?
Who's Rose?
If there are any survivors out there, come to my
Oh God.
house near the fields.
Oh no, they're coming. Who is? What the hell was that?
Stop shouting. You'll draw the monster.
God, what the hell?
Tell me, what is going on around here?
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh God.
Mother Miranda has always protected us.
You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
Is this all that's left? From your entire village? All that's left? There is no one left. We can bust out with this.
Hey, driving cars again.
And gentlemen,
Hey, we saw how Ethan drove cars last time, and he did a terrible job.
games begin.
There is no safe.
Ooh, sniper.
Every sorry bastard out there has been ripped in half. Tomorrow we'll all be dead.
No, let me go!
Oh shit, an actual wolf. Oh, and a fish.
But especially the wolf.
Yeah. I'm kind of getting Bloodborne vibes from all the monsters, actually.
Yeah!
Ethan Winters, welcome.
I wonder why everyone knows who he is.
Get off of me!
Stay the fuck down!
I gotta say, I'm surprised you made it this far. It'd be a shame if something happened to you now.
You killed Mia. Now do me and finish the job.
What's going on with Chris?
I swear Chris looks different in every single iteration.
They keep, like, changing him, then reverting him back, but kind of keeping him the same.
When he showed up at the end of Resident Evil 7, like, I was like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was blonde as well. It's like, what?
Yeah. Oh, you dyed your hair. Get rid of the grey hairs from all the stress.
Something tells me it won't involve casual tea time with Lady Dimitrescu, but I don't think the internet would mind that. Let's pass it to Tsuyoshi
The internet's a
Kanda,
weird
producer
place
on
full of
Resident Evil
creepy
Village,
people.
to tell us more about that upcoming.
It also looks like he's brought bloody Sam Fisher with him.
Yeah.
Help out.
Oh, I wonder if it's Hunk or someone.
Oh, maybe.
World premiere.
Thank you for the introduction, Brittany. Hi everyone, I'm Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village has been created with the concept of a beautiful yet terrifying village in mind. And we have poured our passion into creating this experience for our fans. Of course, it also has the combat, resource management, and horror elements you expect from Resident Evil. We've also made sure there's plenty of gameplay content as well. In the previous showcase, we told you that we'd have another demo ready for you across multiple platforms. Well, I'm happy to announce that the next demo experience will be available on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Steam, and Stadia. In lieu of the game event that we were unable to hold,
When are you gonna? When's it coming out?
a special day where you can experience Resident
Ah,
Evil.
nice.
Here are the details on when it need to be available.
Oh, it's very soon to the release.
That's in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it's like 5 days before the game comes
for
out.
both the village and castle areas.
Oh, 60 minutes. That's all right.
You're free to spend 1 full hour for both stages, or choose which one you want to play.
Screaming mostly.
It's up to you where you spend your survival horror experience. PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 owners will also get early access as well. We've titled it 8 Hours in Village.
So, oh,
We have the details for you here.
Oh right, yeah. Bloody hell.
That's
about
like-
a week earlier.
Yeah.
Major installment of the franchise. You will have an 8-hour window to try out the demo for 30 minutes. PlayStation players will.
I mean, it's only 30 minutes, but I'll still play it 30 minutes.
Yeah.
By the castle section. For the early access players, feel free to also stream and.
Is that the
your
big boy
wall.
merchant man?
Yeah, the
Hope
Duke.
that with your help, we will be able
I
to
don't think I can kill him.
the demo to everyone.
You'll just
And for
absorb
the
your
multiple
bullets.
platform demo, we
You'll eat
hope
your gun.
that all players from all over the world will be
That's why he's hiding all his
enjoy the
goods.
Resident Evil Village demo. Finally, players will be able to pre-load the demo ahead of time. PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 owners are able to pre-download the demo starting today.
Nice.
Oh,
Not that I don't think it would take.
Please visit our official
They're
they're
website.
making a big deal over like,
We
oh, you
hope
can get it
you enjoy
early.
this
It's like,
upcoming sneak
it's a demo.
at the
It's a
okay.
demo. Yeah, like, okay, great, I will play it. But you can preload the demo.
Yeah.
What difference does it make?
I'm torn where to spend my time. Do I spend it in the village or the castle? Let us know what your plan is.
Or
But in the
both,
meantime,
because I can just
what if I
delete
told
my
you there's
save
another
content
surprise in
and
store?
start it again.
And
Any
just do it all over again.
Let's see if we can get director Mori Masasato to tell us what he knows.
Hi everyone, I'm director Morimasa Sato. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you all about the much requested extra game mode included with Resident Evil Village.
Yes.
The Mercenaries. You're hearing about it for the first time. It's a beloved extra mode featured in various games in the franchise. It's best known for high-speed, arcade-style action, where you have to reach the goal within a certain time limit. Of course, we've also added some new touches to it. So let's dive into some of the additions we've made. Welcome.
I'm interested.
Did you ever play Mercenaries on the older
We've
ones?
added a shop.
Yes. I think I did play it once or twice.
Access the Duke's Emporium between.
It did feel like playing an old,
Free
like,
to purchase new weapons with the money you
going to play a House of the Dead in the arcades.
fit your play style.
Yeah.
It's
They're
pretty cool.
remaking that, have you heard?
Buying that one.
House of the Dead.
Yeah.
And we'll
For the Switch.
thank you for your patronage.
Oh, okay. The Switch.
Thank you for your patronage.
Rest assured, you can.
So it looks like you got a lot of guns to choose from.
Fast-paced as the previous installments.
Yeah, I assume it won't be just. I assume that'll be not just for mercenaries as well. Well, we'll see.
You'll have to consider which weapons you'll take into each stage and how you'll customize them. With a large arsenal of options to work with, it's up to the player to figure out what strategy works best for them.
An upgrade system for mercenaries. You have different characters in the older ones, didn't you? So I guess it's a good alternative.
Yeah, it's a good trade.
Another change is the addition of abilities.
Ah.
Abilities can increase the damage of handguns.
I mean, you could just aim for the head.
Or increase your movement.
Whoever's playing this demo's not doing a good job.
It's always the same thing. You always get someone to play the demo who can't play the game.
Don't aim for the knees.
Abilities to employ your own strategies as you fight your way through each stage.
Corpse Combuster. Oh, Jesus. All right. Yep, that's cool.
That's the best one.
The Mercenaries in Resident Evil Village is a rich gameplay experience full of surprises, with special rewards for those who persevere. If you're looking for an additional challenge, we hope you're excited for this extra mode that's included with the main game.
That's good. Like at least something else to play.
I mean, I didn't expect it to be in there, so it's quite cool that it is.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, all right.
What else? What next?
If you haven't already heard, Resident Evil has reached an impressive milestone. On March 22nd, the franchise celebrated its 25th anniversary.
Ooh.
And like so many of you, I've been a fan since practically day one.
So what's that? 1996.
Series of survival horror
Yeah.
games
Wow.
to a big umbrella
You're
of
old.
video games, movies, toys,
Ah.
board games, and
Ha ha ha. Umbrella. She said umbrella.
it's just one of the many ways
Oh
Capcom is celebrating
no,
that
don't
anniversary.
care.
Lots of you probably tried the open beta earlier this month, but
thought it was bad.
Told you to be here somewhere.
will be available for free to
What a waste
anyone
of
who
time,
purchases
honestly.
Resident Evil Village. The franchise has
I don't want it for free.
change and evolution in the video game industry as a whole. Let's hear from some industry powerhouses here to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Resident Evil franchise.
Who could it be now?
Mila Jovovich.
I'd like to congratulate the Resident Evil team.
Oh, it's Mark Sony.
He needs a haircut.
25 years is a long time. It's been a true pleasure watching Capcom embrace new technologies and find new ways to advance storytelling and gameplay over the last 4 console generations. And I can't wait to see what Resident Evil Village will be like on PlayStation 5.
He needs to release an audiobook.
25周年おめでとうございます。
Yeah, when he was at Showcase, when he was just talking about all the hardware for the PS5, I was like, yeah, cool. I'll listen to this.
I don't know what you're saying, but it's certainly relaxing.
Oh god, no, he was so in depth. Like
そして今度のビレッジ、本当に楽しみにしています。ますます進化し続けるバイオハザード、これからも応援します。
Hello, I'm Ashley Swidowski. I'm the character art director at Naughty Dog. I wanted to first congratulate all of the developers for 25 years.
What's Naughty Dog doing here,
Yeah.
eh? What's this?
You touched or what part of the game you were responsible for. You've brought inspiration to so many people over the years, myself included. So thanks so much, guys. And again, congratulations.
Hello, my name is Siobhan Reddy and I am the studio director at Media Molecule. I want to just start out by saying
A lot of PlayStation coverage.
to everybody who's ever worked on
Media Molecule.
They do Little Big Planet.
Right. Yes.
I hope
And
you're super
Dreams?
proud of
Dreams was the
yourselves,
new one.
And,
Yes.
you know, really enjoying kind of seeing
Make your own games inside Dreams.
Yeah.
Make Resident Evil Village in Dreams.
sort of developed
Yeah.
over.
Why bother buying Village?
Yeah, you build it yourself.
Oh, they're going to put a Mercenaries mode in. I'll make that.
Yeah, it's interesting that everyone said thank you. It was all from a Sony-esque developer.
Hi everyone, I'm Hiroyuki Kobayashi, producer on live action and anime entertainment for Resident Evil.
Here we go.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of the series. Having worked as a programmer on the first title and as producer on several titles over the years, it's amazing to see how far the franchise has come.
Hope they're going
It's
to
a brand
announce a
name that
release
you
date.
hear even in the movie business, and it's thanks to the love and support from the fans. To all of you, thank you so much. Now, we have something new to show you today from one of our latest projects.
Ooh.
Please sit back and enjoy.
Don't mind if I do.
Never gotten clearance to land that fast before. You must be special.
He's
There he
Leon
is.
motherfucking
There.
S. Kennedy's son.
Claire?
Could you take a look at something? A little boy drew them. I can't get anyone to.
Claire, I still see you have the exact same jacket as you did 20 years ago.
I gotta go.
A little boy drew that picture. That was
Don't do
really
anything
good.
stupid.
Hey, Leon. That outfit doesn't suit you.
Oh, so it's a
Time to rock.
series. I thought it was a movie.
Yeah.
Let's get the president to the bunker.
Oh.
Anything even remotely hostile gets a headshot.
Oh.
When's it coming out? When's it coming out?
Oh,
July.
Oh, wow. 3 months.
I'm happy we're finally.
That actually looked quite good.
Yeah, it looks alright, didn't it?
That looks quite clean for animation.
It takes place in 2006, approximately 2 years after the events of Resident Evil 4. A zombie outbreak is
So it is the same president which he goes to help out for Resident Evil 4, where he gets back Ashley. I wonder if Ashley will be in it.
Ashley Graham.
that
Yeah.
we'll be introducing along the way, so please stay tuned. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness will be airing on Netflix worldwide in July 2021.
Nice.
And I have one more announcement for you, related to the live-action reboot of Resident Evil. Filming in Toronto has wrapped up, and we're in the middle of creating the creatures in CGI, so please stay tuned for more information, including the release date. Until next time, thank you for watching.
Cool.
I'm really looking forward to the movie, actually. I think it'll be really
Yeah,
good.
so release date for the series, which we didn't realize was a series, we thought it was
Yeah.
going to be an animated film, and then an actual sort of update on the live action film.
Pretty good.
Oh god, alright.
Oh shit. What is this? Oh, is this Dead by Daylight? Are they doing a...
Oh, yeah,
shit.
It looks like it.
Never really played Dead by Daylight.
I played it a few times. Because it was available on PS4.
Over the years,
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
4v1 multiplayer action game Dead by Daylight has become the Hall of Fame of horror. And today, I'm excited to say Resident Evil will soon be joining our universe.
Who'd be the maniac? Would it be
Tune in
Nemesis?
to our 5th anniversary broadcast on May the 25th.
Why would Nemesis even need to hook people up? He'd just
Yeah.
Coming to
crush them like a bloody...
Like a bug.
I suggest you get some practice in before the chapter comes into the fog. Because look, you have two choices here. Kill or be killed. It's your call.
Are you gonna show us?
Well,
Nope.
we're not quite finished yet. Here's one more announcement that's taking Resident Evil to a brand new point of view. Let's take a look.
Oh, they're not going to do a mobile game, are they?
No, I don't think we're gonna pull a Blizzard.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Mike Morishita, executive producer of Facebook. Resident Evil, the franchise that changed the way we think about video games, is still going strong after 25 years. Congratulations, Capcom, on this incredible milestone. Now let's rewind for a moment. I remember when Resident Evil 4 launched in 2005. It was amazing, brilliant. Nobody had ever seen a game like it before, and it remains at the pinnacle of the survival horror genre. In the 16 years since the launch of Resident
there she is.
The gaming industry has evolved, and new ways to play have entered the market.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to buy a Quest now.
4 could be enhanced for the audience.
I'm Mike Perdue, VP of Content at Facebook Reality
So they
Labs.
were remaking
I'm excited
Resident
to
Evil
announce
4.
that Capcom, Oculus Studios, and Armature Studio are partnering to bring Resident Evil 4 to Quest 2. We're thrilled about this game. We can't wait for you to experience the world of Resident Evil in a new medium.
You just do that.
Looking at his script.
First-person perspective, and will bring new richness and depth to the Resident Evil 4 experience.
I mean, the graphics are the same, so it's still brown.
Inside the game.
Yeah, it's very beige, isn't it?
The Oculus Gaming Showcase next week, April 21st.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
I'm in two minds about that, yeah.
How we brought this title to this new medium?
Well,
you can check out some additional games.
Not exactly the remake
You can tune in on the
to
Oculus
expect.
Yeah.
or on Twitch.
My father?
I still await.
I mean, fair enough. But if you're going to do that, you might as well update the graphics and stuff as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that what they're going to close
And that's
on?
it for our showcase.
Oh.
Let's recap the exciting news from today's event. Resident Evil Village releases on May 7th, and a demo experience will be available for a limited time each week leading up to the game's launch. PlayStation owners can pre-download the demo starting today. The Mercenaries mode was also announced with a first look at gameplay. This fan favorite will be included with the game. And finally, to celebrate 25 years of the franchise, we have Resident Evil Infinite Darkness coming to Netflix, and new upcoming collaborations with partners outside of Capcom. Thanks again for spending some time with us today for another exciting showcase. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, and it's been an honor being here with you again and hosting this event. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Another time.
Don't turn into moths. Or bees.
Yeah, especially not the bees.
Not the bees. Well, it was good, and then that ending was a bit of a deflation.
It kind of trailed off a bit. Like, I think I would have weirdly preferred them just to stop it. Well, obviously the village stuff was good.
Yeah.
And Mercenaries mode, yeah, didn't expect it. It's cool that it's there. Obviously the demo, I found it a bit weird how much they were rubbing on the whole preload, it's a demo. It's great. But you don't need to go that hard. Everyone's going to play it.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, obviously you've got the animated film, the animated show, and the live action announcements, which were all right. I was pleasantly surprised by the animated TV show that's going on Netflix in July.
Yeah.
That actually looked way better than I expected it to. So mark me down as I'm definitely going to watch it when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we didn't really get much on the live action films. There's not really much to say on that. Just there'll be an update.
Yeah.
As a when. The Resident Evil 4 thing was not the thing I was talking about before the stream started. That was not the remake. Well, I mean, I'm not really even asking for a Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm good.
Yeah.
But loads of the people are. That's not the Resident Evil 4 remake that people are asking for.
No.
Quite far away from it.
And then it's exclusive to Quest as well.
Yeah, so it's limited access.
Yeah. See, like they were really pumping like Sony there, like so much Sony stuff. Why not for the VR? Why have they let Facebook do that?
It's like, I did think that it is a little bit suspicious that the people who like thanked them or like congratulated them on their 25th anniversary were either people in Capcom or people from like, well, Sony, who's like the head of Sony, basically. Oh, well, PlayStation anyway.
Yeah.
And then you've got someone from Naughty Dog and someone from
Media Molecule.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And they're both like Sony-based like developers.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that out of the 3 people outside of Capcom, they were all from Sony-based developers.
And then like a lot of PlayStation owners get the demo a week early.
Coincidence?
Yeah.
I think not.
And then just that weird, I guess if you've got a Quest, great. That's good.
It's like a tack on, there you go.
Yeah. And I think the fact that they weren't saying anything to disprove a remake, like, is that the remake or are they actually making a remake as well?
Maybe this is sort of like what's it called, a red herring. This is just to satiate you for the time being until we give you the actual thing, the big shebang.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, obviously loads of people have already made loads of like remade old games into VR for like VR accessibility, and don't get me wrong, like I wouldn't mind trying it, but quite a few parts of that, what that VR experience looks like, I think it might just hurt my eyes a bit.
Yeah, it's so like, I mean, the game itself is very brown and everything's quite flat. So
it's got that PS2 shine to it, and by PS2 shine I mean brown.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still, for the time it came out, a very visually impressive game.
Oh yeah.
But in VR, you are going to be right up to those muddy textures. Yeah. I mean, let Quest have it. That's fine.
Yeah, there's just some things like the inventory screen and the shop screen when it showed up, and I was like, oh no, that UI, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, because it makes sense on a VR perspective, because you need to be able to click it and everything, but like, it's like style of substance.
Yeah.
I don't know. Although saying,
well, it's like the save system on the typewriter. You actually type it out in VR.
Yeah, I don't know. I could probably get it, and then it's just first person shouting at Ashley to get into a box and stay in a box.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get a lot. Yeah. I can imagine getting a lot of motion sickness playing it.
Oh yeah, especially if it still makes you do like jumping through the windows and putting like the bookcases in front of the windows and doing all the crazy stunts that Leon can do.
Yeah.
He's actually like a martial artist, I guess.
Yeah, what is jumping through a window gonna look like?
I don't know. What
you just fall on the floor because you like, that's sick.
What do you have to do to jump through a window? Do you have to like go in which case, where are you going? Like, I think that's going to be a we'll have to wait and see sort of thing.
Yeah.
Did it have a release? Did it have a release date?
No, they said they're going to talk about it more at the Oculus showcase.
Which is something which, to be fair, I didn't even know was really a thing.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, Mercenaries looks fun.
Yeah, Mercenaries looks fun. Village looks as good as I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be, and it's made me get a little bit more excited for it now.
Yeah.
Quite looking forward to playing the demo to try it out for 30 to 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
I'm in two minds because I'm looking forward to playing it, but because I want to stream it as well. Having it on the PC would make it easier.
Well,
but I mean, I'm going to have to wait literally like 3 days, like, was it 5 days before the actual release? Just seems awfully close for a demo.
Yeah, well, it's like the release is 7th of May. And then it said the first part, like the part of the demo. Oh. Hang on.
Oh.
There we go. Said like you could preload it like today.
Yeah.
So I suppose there's like a week or two in between it. I don't know, man. Amazing, so busy.
I mean, when they did the Resident Evil 7 demo, I thought that was a really good piece of marketing.
I
they released it in like stages, didn't they? So you play it for a bit, then they'd put an update out, and you could play a bit more, and you just uncovered more of the story and more of the gameplay. Where
I thought Resident Evil 7 demo was great.
Yeah.
It took like nothing away from Resident Evil 7 when it came out.
Yeah.
Because it like changed things here and there before. Yeah. No, that was really well done. I thought it was.
So I'm surprised they haven't done any. I mean, they kind of obviously had Maiden, but they're not building it from that. That was just
not quite. Yeah, not quite the same way, I suppose. I guess we'll see what this new demo brings, I suppose.
Yeah. We need to find out what's going on with Chris as well. If it really is Chris. Oh, step that back a smidge.
Oh, Chris and Sam Fisher, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not in his own games anymore, so he's come over to Resident Evil.
Yeah, someone needs to give him some love.
It's gonna be quite a Resident Evil packed year, then I suppose. So you've got Resident Evil Village. So for me,
got the series.
Excuse me.
That's all right. Got the series coming out, and then the movie whenever.
Yeah,
they're going to announce
in
the
July.
release date for
movie maybe this year. The Crazy Oculus Rift version of Resident Evil 4. I'm gonna say probably this year because
it's the anniversary, the 25th anniversary. So I'm sure they'll try and aim for that.
Probably going to put out quite a lot of things in this year, which is fair enough as long as they all do it justice instead of just rush it out.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of game developers have sort of learned a lesson with that recently. So I feel like going forward after the last debacle of recent times, I think games in general will be a little bit more careful. Or I hope so. I really hope so.
And and they didn't really talk much about ReVerse.
No, they literally just went, oh, and by the way, if
That's
you've got
coming.
Resident Evil Village, you can have it for free.
Yeah.
And we're done.
And they didn't reveal any maps, any other characters. So I think they've realised how much of a garbage fire it is.
That would suggest to me that they've gone, oh, let's try and just push it into the masses quickly.
Yeah.
There was also the Dead by Daylight collab as well.
Yeah, but we didn't see much of that. But
no, it just showed obviously with Dead by Daylight, it adds a new character each time, and there's characters from every single horror series that you could think of, like literally almost everyone. So it will be interesting who they're going to add, and it'll also be interesting if they add survivor characters like people like Chris, Leon, Ethan, Claire, so on.
Yeah.
without the superhuman powers. Obviously, because that'd be dumb.
I mean, the main thing that they were trying to get across with this is definitely the village is coming out. It's coming out soon. The demo's coming out soon. There's another mode in it. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
That chunk, yeah.
Chunk was good.
It was very, very good. So it made me very excited again. It reminded me why I was excited for Village.
Yeah. The series looks good. I might need to rewatch the animated movies again.
Yes. Although I feel like the series is set maybe before them, because the series is set 2 years after Resi 4.
Mm.
And I feel like the other films, the animated films, are set a little bit after that. I could be wrong.
I think they're between. Well, I don't know. I'll have to have a look. I can't remember when they're set. They all came out around the time Resident Evil 4 came out. There was like a big shift in that area. So like the stories became more bombastic, you know.
Yes.
So I think it'll either be just before 4 or just after 4. So who knows? But we'll find out in July. We'll find out how good that one is. And wasn't bothered about Resident Evil 4 movie. They didn't really say anything about the movie. But overall, it was alright. It was an alright showcase.
Yeah, for 20 minutes, it had a fair amount packed into it. And the most important, I suppose half of it was what we were here for.
Yeah.
And I would say they delivered that. No more delays. No more delays. It's definitely coming out.
Yeah.
no backsies now. It's definitely coming out on May 7th. And to say, which is great, because to say that for me personally, it's been a bit dry in terms of games in the past few months. Understandably, because of everything changing, so on and so forth. But the next month alone for me is pretty mad.
Why? What else have you got?
Well, we've got Returnal on April 30th.
Do you know what? I'm not fussed by that. I'm gonna wait until it drops in price because it's like 70 quid on Amazon.
I know, which is why I'm gonna get it from work.
Ah, well, there you go. And the gameplay looks a bit arcadey.
Well, it's supposed to be like a rogue-like or road-like. So it's supposed to have that sort of aesthetic to it. But I know graphics don't make a game, but holy hell does it look good.
Yeah.
And just fluids. The further we get down the PS5 line, and obviously the Series X line as well, man, it's really gonna start popping.
Yeah.
God, what else? Obviously, Resident Evil Village, May 7th. And then I've got the Mass Effect Legendary Trilogy on May 14th, which I booked a week off work for specifically.
Are you going to play them all back to back, all 3 of them?
Ooh, well, we'll see if I have time. Last time I played all 3 of them. I think the first one took me, with all DLC, took me 30 hours. The second one took me just over 30 hours. And the third one took me about 40 hours. But I'm more than happy to do that. And let's do that. That's 100 hours, which I would actually put into one big game these days. So it's not too bad. And it's a stellar trilogy. And then there's Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on June 11th.
Oh, Christ, that's sooner than I thought.
Yeah, it's quite soon. So next 6 weeks, pretty great. Pretty great.
Awesome. Well, I for one cannot wait to play Resident Evil 8. And the showcase just made me a bit more excited for it. And it sounds like Sam is going to have a cracking couple of weeks coming up.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be very busy playing games. It's going to really make my PC and PS5 shine. And I'm really looking forward to also seeing Village really pop. I really want to see how it runs as well, because so far I've found I suppose, PS5 exclusive, you could say, although Village isn't an exclusive PS5 game. It ran amazing, like seamlessly. Like, it's been great. So I'm really looking forward to see. And just from the video, just from watching it, then I was reminded by how good it was going to be and how good it looked. I'm just intrigued by all these characters, like the guy with the hat and the sunglasses and the like 80s aviator tiny sunglasses, and the fact that Lady Dimitrescu, or however you pronounce it, like off-cuff mentions like her family knowing you or hearing of you, and it's like, well, how?
Yeah, everyone seems to know who Ethan Winters is,
except maybe himself.
Well,
yeah.
And
I guess there's really only one way to find out, and
Yeah.
that's to play Resident Evil Village on the 7th of May, 2021.
I, for one, am very excited. I think we're going to leave it here, guys, and we'll let you all get super hyped up for the upcoming Resident Evil, and maybe replay number 7, or go and watch my playthrough of it on YouTube, or my Resident Evil 2 and 3 playthroughs on my Twitch channel. Yes, and
good plug.
Yeah, good plug. Simon, while you are here, thank you for collaborating with me on
It's been an
first stream.
absolute pleasure, as always.
Would you like to plug your channel, sir?
I would love to plug my channel, good sir. It's been great here on Twitch. I'm not really on Twitch personally. I do have my own channel at Northern Soul Gaming. There is a space in between it. I aim for more like hard mode versions of games, stuff like Darkest Dungeon, soon to be XCOM, Battle Brothers, Total War, etc. I do some live streams in Overwatch as well. It's great to see loads of people on board and getting into the chat, and it's really great fun. So you're all welcome to come in and join in on the festivities and get some characters named after you, and hopefully not die. And hopefully maybe see some more collaborations together on some games in the future.
Yes.
And other possible live streams like this.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. It's been an absolute pleasure, Simon. I'm sure you'll be able to catch this on Simon's YouTube as well. But yeah, catch me next Wednesday for Whatever We Want Wednesdays. We're going to be continuing the X-Files playthrough with Bozzy-eyed David Duchovny and creepy long-fingered Gillian Anderson. So,
oh, David Duchovny really makes my eyes hurt.
Right. Well, thanks very much, guys, and see you later.
Ciao for now.